Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AP Computer Science Principles Updates training for the summer. We are so thrilled to have you join us, and hopefully you'll learn a lot and feel prepared for the fall. We know that there have been some big changes in CSP, and we want to make sure that you're going to be ready to go. This training is sponsored by the Alabama State Department of Education and hosted by the wonderful team at A+ College Ready. Now, I know you are all looking forward to meeting in person this summer, and now that our training is virtual, the big question is, well, what would it look like? So, to give you an overview, our training is going to be on 4 days. The first couple of days, we'll spend some time programming with Python. This may be new for some of you, and for those who've used Python before, this will be a chance to brush up on those skills and hopefully help out your fellow teachers. The next 2 days, we'll cover the changes to the CS Principles course. We'll spend Wednesday talking about the Create PT, and we'll learn and create a sample project. On Thursday, you'll complete the written response and a video for your project, and then we'll score them. We'll also talk about other changes to the course, especially the curricular requirement that replaces the Explore performance task. So to give you some logistics of what our day is going to look like, each morning we're going to meet together for about 30 to 60 minutes. We'll meet during Zoom and we'll go over some just broad ideas, broad topics, give you an overview of the day. After that, you're going to go to your breakout rooms where you'll be working on some different projects and assignments. Your facilitators are going to have office hours from 11 to 12 every day on Zoom, so you can jump right into that call, join in on discussion, ask questions if you have them. Facilitators will have lunch from 12 to 1, so if that's a great time for you to go ahead and have lunch, great. If not, we know that you'll find some time when you're in those breakout rooms to do so. After lunch, you'll come back to your breakout rooms, and then we're going to end the day with a 30-minute call all together. All of your assignments are going to be due by 11:59 that night. So we really want to make sure that you stay on top of those assignments. Now, we also are aware that learning and working from home can be a little different for some. So some of those assignments may not be completed. Some of those were incomplete. You received feedback and you had to go back and change some things. But all of your assignments for the week are due no later than 11:59 a.m. So that's noon on Friday to receive credit. The training goes from Monday through Thursday, but you do have until noon on Friday to make sure that you get all of those assignments in so you can receive credit for the training. Also, just to note, while you are in your breakout rooms, the chat feature will be on so you can communicate with your facilitator via Canvas if you have any issues. So let's go over our norms for this training. We really want you to be present this week. There is a lot of things that are going on. We know that within our homes, within our world, and within the world of CSP. So we really want you to be present so you can gain the knowledge that you're going to need for next year. Please use your camera when we're meeting together if possible, and mute when you're not talking. Complete all of your assignments the best you can. And of course, if you struggle, ask for help. Once again, those facilitators are going to be available via the chat feature on Canvas. And every day they're going to hold office hours via Zoom from 11 to 12. Now, if we look at the course philosophy, we know that computer science is ever changing, ever evolving. We love it so much, and we're so honored to have you join in helping bring this to our students. But we know that there have been some huge changes to CSP. So in this update training, we are really going to hone in and focus on that teacher content knowledge. That's why we're spending so much time on specific content within Python. We also know that you are going to take on the role of the lead learner in your class. Some of you have experienced that this past year and even before. You know that sometimes you're going to be the expert and sometimes your students are the experts. We want you to embrace the productive struggle just as we want our students to as you go through this training. Try to push through and see how far you can get on your own. But remember, your facilitators are here to help and assist. And College Board has really upped the game for computer science principles for this upcoming year. You know, a lot of the content that we've taught may not have specifically been required for the create task or for the exam, but they are really honing in on those higher level skills, and we want to make sure that our kids are going to be ready. When we look at the student learning, you know, it's really not hard unless someone tells you to. We want to have our students and you, as you go through this process, to make your own judgment about how hard or challenging something is. We don't want to go ahead and cloud your judgment or make you anxious before you've even started something. We want our students to embrace that productive struggle. Let your students know that you're going to be there right along with them. We want our students to explore and discover, and we want them to learn because things are always changing in computer science principles. You're learning new languages. For some of you, you've only used App Lab. Some of you have used Snap. Some of you, you've never used Python before. So there are numerous languages out there. And the content that we want to give our students, that computational thinking, that way to process stuff, is going to be the same throughout all languages. But we want them to enjoy the learning process. So let's go ahead and take a look at day 1. Programming basics with Python. If you navigate to Canvas, this is going to be up and available for you. As you go through or after you've clicked your pre-assessment, and just note that there is going to be a pre-assessment and a post-assessment every day for you in Canvas as you go through the presentation. So for the morning on day 1, we have a couple of things that we're going to do. We're going to do an intro to Python in our sync call meeting this morning. And then once you go to your breakout rooms, you're going to have several assignments that you're going to complete. All of your assignments are linked within that Google slide program that's available for you on Canvas. And then you'll have some discussion prompts to respond to. So once you get into your breakout rooms, you're going to do a program that asks the user their name, some demographic stuff, and then you're going to give them some output. You're going to do a function that's going to calculate the slope. You're going to do another function with the Pythagorean theorem, finding the length of the hypotenuse. You're going to do some string slicing, so moving letters around within a string. You're also going to do another function where you're going to be working on uppercase and lowercase and changing those. And then you're going to go and post your discussion onto Canvas. After lunch, we'll come back, and in the afternoon, we're going to be doing a couple of other assignments as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a picture using letters. And then we're going to do a grade calculator. So you'll have to work on that and making sure that it spits out whether the student gets an A, B, C, or D, or an F. And then we're going to do some coding bat practice. So this is a great resource that you can use just to give you some little warm-up problems. It just asks you to solve or create a function for a couple of things. So there are a few functions that we're going to create using coding bat to do that. And then after that, you're going to hit the discussion board and you're just going to reflect on the day. You probably want to wait to do your reflection after our sync call at the end of the day, because there may be some things brought out in that call that you want to include in your reflection. And you're going to reflect not only as an educator, but you're going to reflect as a learner as well. So how would you use this in your classroom, and how did you actually process this as a learner? And then that's going to be the end of day 1. So we're looking forward to a great day. We hope that you're going to learn a lot and be engaged with us. And until tomorrow, bye-bye.